What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Frozen Forum podcast. This is episode 9. I am your host, Nathan, along with co-host Alex, and we're back talking about the Habs again. We had 3 games this past week. First played St. Louis, then we played Philadelphia, and then Seattle. We'll go through an analysis of each game. We'll go through 3 stars of the week and just give our overall thoughts of how we thought this week went. So, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Nathan DaCosta. I was not doing well yesterday, but on Wednesdays, we look at the whole week, and on a whole week basis, I'm doing fantastic. On a yesterday basis, maybe not so much, but no, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself, Nathan? How's it been? How's the week been? You been following baseball at all?
Not bad. I have been watching the baseball quite a bit. I am not going to lie to you guys. I've been watching a little bit more of the World Series than I have been watching hockey right now. It's been really exciting. I mean, the Dodgers go up 3-0. Yankees annihilate them last night. It's 5-5 right now as we're recording right now. It's been a pretty good series. So, been watching
Pretty good series indeed. I can't say I can care less right now about who wins because I don't like either team, but it's been entertaining baseball. On the Habs side of things, I know you said you didn't watch very much, but obviously we're both following the timelines. Why don't we go? I don't know if you have 3 stars of the week, the guys who are performing the best. Go. Tell us.
Okay. Once again, we cannot include any goalies after last night. So our first star of the week, I think just because he's legitimately in the Rocket Richard race right now. Cole Caufield, 9 goals. Is
Tied
it
for first, baby.
Tied
for first. 9 goals in 10 games.
Cole Caufield, number 2. He was your 3rd star last week. Jake Evans, he has been playing very well from what I've seen. Like I said, I hadn't watched the full games, but the clips I've seen, he has been doing really well. And then the 3rd star, I'll let you handle that. Let's just give you your 3 stars. I don't really have
Look,
this.
I got no complaints with your top 2. I told you he's going to make a lot of appearances. I don't think he made it last week. Man, Lane Hudson. This kid. I don't know if you... Like, this guy could have, right now, 2 goals in the last 3 games and at least 6 different assists. Like, if we had players who understood how Lane Hudson plays... And now, don't get me wrong. This is the learning curve, right? This is something we knew was going to come. This guy is so special, but the people on the team have to get better at playing around him. And they're just getting used to him, right? The style that he brings to the game. Did you see? I mean, first of all, we lose very badly yesterday. So you have to try to look for the silver linings. Of course, as you said, first star of the week, we have Cole Caufield scoring a goal. But the other one, Lane Hudson had a rush on the power play where he goes from behind the Montreal Canadiens net to the offensive zone, dekes around players, toe drags, and just barely misses the goal on the backhand.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really miss the goal. He hit the post, so...
Well, exactly, and then the game in Philadelphia as well. That was posting out. Like, I don't know if you saw that shot, but like
he's had a lot of good opportunities.
Last night too, he had a pass to Newhook at one point where Newhook, all he had to do was receive it on his backhand and like put it into the net, and instead Newhook like tipped it into the corner, which was like,
what are you doing? What is going on?
It's not. I mean, sorry, I say this as somebody who can't play hockey very well. It can't be that hard to like just put your stick on the damn ice and you like.
Look, and for the money you're getting paid, like it's. They should.
What I mean, this guy's a 1st round pick.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. 100% agree with you. But where do we start? Do we start with our stars?
Let's start. So we go through the stars, right? I think those 3 are very clear. Like, obviously, Cole Caufield scores the goals. I mean, he was in first. He was in first for the goal race in the NHL, and then Nico Hischier scored like 30 minutes later the other night. And it was just last night that he scored to tie Hischier once again, right? So tied for first in the league in goals. Absolutely ridiculous. But why don't we go through the 2 games on the weekend? We'll talk about the high points because those are definitely high points. And then we'll have to talk a little bit about what atrocities we saw conspire last night.
Okay. We will start with the first game then. So we're going up against St. Louis Blues. At this point in the season, they were 5-4. We were 3-4-1,
And they were coming off of a Leafs game,
coming off of the Leafs game. Yes, I remember that.
where they like destroyed the Leafs, like obliterated the Leafs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that.
And guess who bet money on them? It's ridiculous. Who bet on the Montreal Canadiens to win the game? We had a little side bet action going right there. Nathan DaCosta. And Nathan took him. Nathan believed.
I believed in the Habs. I believed in a lot of other teams. We can talk about that later. Okay. Yeah. So we'll start with the game. First period here. Did you watch the entire game? First of all, because
Saturday.
I'm not gonna lie. Saturday night, I was out at the bar with my friends, so that's why I did not watch this game.
I can't say I watched all of it, but I watched most of it, and I have to say, like, just all in all, I think the two games in the weekend actually very, very similar to each other. You know, you had two games where the Montreal Canadiens played the style of hockey that we need to play to win games. Simple as that. You know, very few high danger scoring chances for the other teams, right? Very, very, very good end-to-end rushes on our side of things. I mean, the St. Louis game was the first game that Kirby Dach, like that's somebody we got to talk about too. Kirby Dach has had a week. He has looked so much better. I mean, it starts with him getting bumped up to the first line because Juraj Slafkovsky was injured last week, right? And man, I mean, Slafkovsky going down, bad in the short term. I wanted to talk to you about this too. After we talk about the games, I want to talk to you about like future line combinations because there's been some like discussion as to where Dach should fit in the long-term picture. But man, playing beside Caufield and Suzuki, like fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's the piece. It's what he's needed. He needed people that he could play with, and then I mean, in this game here, he gets what? 2 points. He gets 2 points this game against the St. Louis Blues. Yeah, okay, let's go through a game run through. So first period, Jake Evans, our second star, gets the first goal of the game. Did you see this one?
I didn't see the goal. I know I watched replays of it though, and I mean it's a Jake Evans goal. You know, it's the guy's hustling, the guy's bustling. Not much more to say.
Yeah. Jake Evans from Joel Armia and David Savard. So that's first period there. Well, just not too much seemed to happen for the rest of the first period. But going into the second, came out of the gates hot. Very hot. Kirby Dach scoring 1 minute and 12 seconds in.
Beautiful goal too, right in front of the net, man.
Yep. It's exactly where you want to be. If we could just do that a little bit more often with our other forwards too, we'd be Alex Newhook.
Pucks on net. What do I always say behind the bench, eh? Pucks on net, get sticks in front of the net, get bodies in front of the net. That's all you got to do to score, man.
Yep. Just keep going at it. Yeah. So at this point, we're up 2-0 pretty early into the game against the Blues, but then they come back pretty quickly as well. They score 21 seconds after us, Colton Franco, 2-1, and then 2.5 minutes later, Neighbors scores. So now it's two.
Ties it up, man. I remember watching this, so I did watch this part of the game, and you know we score, we go up 2-0. All of the momentum is on our side, and then boom, gone. Like I swear, I look away, I look back, boom. We need to get better at that. As a side note, this team, man, we do not play good with a lead. Like it happened in the Philly game too. That Philly game was
It was way tighter than it should have been. But yeah, now at this point in the game, it's 2-2. This is in Montreal, by the way, so it was a little bit of a momentum changer, right? But our boy, Alex Newhook, on the power play, beautiful from Dach and Matheson, brings us back into the lead.
And again, that first power play unit, no Slafkovsky on it because he was injured, right? Again, like they just have. I don't think they've been using Slafkovsky very well. I think Newhook is a much better option down that centerpiece of that power play. I think his skill set is just a lot more about the hands and about finding little spaces to be in, But what do I know? Apparently not much. The power play scoring at good rates, man. Like what are we, 25% on the season right now?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like we were like 18% last year. That's a huge improvement. If only we could like play good 5-on-5 now, which we actually did pretty well last year. So
Is our PK still top in the league?
PK's been good too. I don't remember. I don't actually know the stats on it as to how good it is, but no, you're right. Our special teams this year have been really high, and it's one of the things that Marty St. Louis tried to work on in the offseason. It's one of those where you wonder if he worked a little too much on it, because 5-on-5,
We just fall apart.
it's just not good, man. Like,
No.
Yeah.
But we say that, but the rest of this game looks good. So we're 3-2 going into the third period. And guess who scores goal number 4? Mr. Rocket Richard himself, Cole Caufield, gets that goal right from Suzuki and Hudson. There we go. That's the first time we've seen Hudson in a while. He definitely should have more points. But there we go. That's one more point for him. That's his 5th. That was his 5th assist of the year.
Yep.
And then
5th point as well, right? I mean, he's
yeah.
On a side note, right now we're 10th in the league on the penalty kill.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
And 10th in the league on the power play as well. So for a team that's supposed to be bottom of the league, it's pretty good, I think.
Okay. Then to seal the game off, Yoel Armia, empty net. 5-2 win. Pretty solid win at home against a team that just decimated the Leafs.
Yep. And that's a Samuel Montembeault start. That was him coming off of 4 goals and 8 shots where he got pulled against the Rangers.
I think it was 4-10.
4-10, sure. It was 5-10 last night. So, I mean, I don't know. The guy needs to be a lot more consistent, right? I think the story about Montembeault is it's always been a question. He's always been good in short periods of time, like with longer breaks. I mean, like taking on that added workflow takes a toll on goalies sometimes, and so we'll see if he can't be more consistent. Let's go to the Flyers game. Flyers game was a phenomenal game. Like, hands down, as a Habs fan, I was also livid at one point. We have a huge freaking thing to talk about at the beginning of this game. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this whole stuff that went down with Arbor Jack guy?
No, what happened?
Oh, God. I have a question for you, really quickly. You've played hockey, right? If you drop the gloves, do you get a penalty?
If you drop the gloves, yes.
As soon as you drop them, right?
Yeah.
When the two mitts touch the surface of the ice, you get a penalty. That's fundamentally what every hockey player knows. If your gloves touch the ice, it doesn't matter. If you throw a punch, you go to the box. If you don't touch the guy, it's a roughing penalty. If you touch the guy, it's a fighting penalty. You go to the box. Some of the worst reffing I have ever seen in my life. Arbor Jack guy. Sorry, to set the scene here, okay? Sean Couturier is not a fighter. Sean Couturier hits Doc, middle of the ice, nearly takes his head off. I think, personally, that Couturier might have held back a little bit. Like, he could have leaned into it and really taken Doc out. But he kind of leaned away from it because he's not that kind of player. But obviously, sends Doc spinning. Jack guy's like, hey, buddy, I know you didn't mean to hurt him, and he's not hurt, but like, you can't be doing that to my players. Let's go. While he's doing this, he's talking to Couturier, right? With the gloves on. Guess what happens? They take the gloves off, because what are they going to do? They're going to fight. What happens when you take the stupid gloves off? You go to the box. Anyways, some other Flyers player that saw this, right? He's going, yo, Sean Couturier can't fight Arbor Jack guy. This guy's going to get demolished, right? Which, as a side note to this, I believe Arbor Jack guy wouldn't have gone full throttle at Couturier, right? Maybe let him off easy, maybe grapple with him or something, because, Couturier is not a fighter. Arbor's not trying to injure somebody. He's just trying to make him answer, right? This other guy comes flying in, gloves off, tackles both of them to the ground. The refs come in, break up the fight. Who gets a penalty?
Just Jack guy.
Just Jack guy. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. The guys took their gloves off. Put them on the ice. How are you giving the penalty to Jack guy? And like every single thing in the playbook, every single thing in the rulebook. If you take the gloves off, you go to the box. Both of them go back to the bench. They're on the power play.
Absurd. Ridiculous. But at least they didn't produce on that power play.
And I mean, from Montreal's perspective, you can't let them, right? Like Marty St. Louis was fuming. I have never seen him this mad. And honestly, like, I would be more mad. I don't know if it's possible to be more mad than Marty St. Louis was right there. But like, this is the most BS call I've ever seen. Like there have been bad calls in the NHL, but like fundamentally, if you take man, people were mad. People were very, very, very mad on Twitter. Nobody understood what was going on. Nobody understood the call. Very, very, very dumb call. But so yeah, so you're right. They don't score. Fine.
You're good with that rant there. No, but that is bad.
You should see the text that I sent to my father. Holy, I was all caps, all everything. Like, man, like,
okay, they don't produce. Thankfully, how will you resist into the period?
It's like 5 minutes in, bro. It's like 5 minutes in the game or something like that.
5 minutes into the game, so they get this BS call. They don't produce. Marty gets the team fired up because he's fired up. And guess who gets a goal? For us, El Capitán, Nicholas Suzuki.
He got a goal. When did he get a goal?
The first goal of the game.
He scored the first goal. I had Galley. I had Galley scoring. Did Galley score the second one?
He scored the second one.
Oh, man, I was not remembering this right. Susie's goal, what did he do in this game?
It was from Doc and Struble.
It's a snipe, right? Yeah, I think he sniped it. Man, we got to check the video on that. But yeah, we go up 1-0. And I think that was like Susie saying, hey, this is a BS thing. Let's go score. He scores. You know, you're right. I had it in my notes. Nick Suzuki scored. Yeah, I was very happy with that goal. To say the least. Man. Okay, so Susie scores.
Yep. Suzuki
and then who scores?
Pardon?
And then I might have spoiled it, but then who scores?
Sanheim, Flyers score. 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Don't care. It's 1-1. 1-1
Good
at
goal.
this point. Yeah. It is what it is. Like, they're scoring that on any goalie.
Can't do much.
Yeah. But now we go into the second period. Boy, was it a fun second period to see.
Did you watch this first goal we're going to talk about?
I saw a clip of it.
Okay, go.
I'll let you set the scene. You're good at it.
Okay. Brendan Gallagher. What's he known for? This guy, Brendan Gallagher, right? Known for being right in front of the net, pissing off people on the other team, right? And then just happens to deflect the puck, touch the puck, whatever. Who assisted this goal? I don't even remember who shot it.
Mailloux and Anderson.
So, Logan Mailloux shoots the puck from the point. Gallagher does not know the puck is coming towards him. The puck hits Brendan Gallagher's, like, thighs, deflects in a way that makes it so that the goalie doesn't expect it to change direction. Puck goes in the net. Find me a more Gallagher goal. Like the guy didn't know he scored. He felt it. He looked. It was in the net. He celebrates. But, like, no idea whatsoever that he was supposed to be there. Just in the right place, in the right time. But that's what he does, you know? Yeah. Like, that's what Brendan Gallagher does. Did you have anything that you wanted to say about it?
No, it just causes a ruckus in front of the net. Just throws focus off of the play a little bit, and the goalie's screened, and he just gets the job done. That's just a typical Brendan Gallagher goal. Almost reminds me of, what's his name? Sharks rookie. Celebrini's first goal. It was just a random ricochet shot. I mean, he's just doing what he needs to do, just shooting the puck. Just a weird deflection, but it goes in, gets his first NHL goal.
No, exactly. It's great. That's what you want to see from Gally, because he's the best when he's in those spots at the end of the day.
Yep.
Gallagher scores, puts us up.
Scores. Yep, 2-1 at this point. And then Jamie Drysdale gets a high sticking against Anderson. So now we're on the power play again. Our 25% power play is out there once again. And we have... You just take a guess who scores. Just take a guess. To all you watching at home. I bet you can't guess. Mr. Rocket Richard once again. Cole Caufield on the power play.
He's the number one star for a reason, okay? I had a quote on this one. I want this to be the quote on this goal, okay? You know how when you're when you know how, like, in scripts and stuff, you put, like, an asterisk around things that, like, are part of the set. Like, you set the scene in asterisks, and then you whatever. Okay, in asterisks, The gap did not exist. Okay? Cole Caufield says, watch me. Buddy shoots the puck. The goaltender. It's absolutely his worst shot attempt in the entire game. Okay? He had like a one-timer that he missed on a 2-on-0 with Suzuki, or like a 2-on-1 with Suzuki. He had, I think he hit 2 posts or something like that in the game. He could have had 3 or 4 goals in this game. The worst attempt that he has, he just tucks it under the goalie's shoulder. Right in the gap. Some gap that I didn't think existed. Snipes it. Nobody knew it went in except him. He shoots it. He's celebrating. Doc's looking around in front of the net. Where's the puck? Because it disappeared. It got caught into one of the back things.
Yeah.
And then they finally signaled that it's a goal. Nobody knew where the puck was.
It's just a sniper shot right there. He just... It's like that. It's like the Patty Kane goal. Do you remember that? The Stanley Cup winner? He was the only person to react to it. I think it was 2012. Yes. Just like that. When you're a shooter, you know where the puck's going. You know when it's in the net. That's all I gotta say. So there we go. We're up 3-1. Looking hot. Looking real hot. Who's in net for us this game, by the way? Was it
Primo?
It is Primo?
Hayden Primo.
Okay. Primo's in net, so it's 3-1. He's playing decent up to this point. We get towards the end of the second period. We get another one. Jake Evans again, our second star. That's his second goal in 2 games.
This goal. This is my text when this happens, okay? I go, in all caps, my goodness, how on earth does that happen? Nathan, you saw what happened. This has to be the weirdest goal I have ever seen. Like, this was a goal that I could have scored, okay? And you're going to laugh at me. You're going to say, haha, Alex can't. Believe me when I tell you, I could have scored this goal. Who's the assist on this? This was, it was Brendan Gallagher, right? From the point. Brendan Gallagher's on the blue line. He sees Jake Evans open on the left side of the net, right? Galley's on the right side of the ice. Galley goes to try to pass it to him. Fans on the shot. Fans. Like absolutely, like puck is moving at one, like snail per second, okay? Like this puck is not moving, basically. Glides completely untouched, gets to Jake Evans, who goalie's not even paying attention to the puck. The goalie doesn't know where the puck is. It was like everybody moving in front of the puck was always in front of the puck while it was moving across the ice. So the goalie's still looking, where's the puck over with Gallagher? Wide open net. Jake Evans just rips it. But it's like the slowest puck I've ever seen. Like the slowest pass from the point. Like there was 4 different people along the way that could have stopped it, that could have put a stick on it, that could have anything. Nope. Boom.
Get to him, put it in. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. They should have had you out on the ice for there. Maybe the fifth line winger.
Man, I'll say, I would have scored that goal. I would have also been completely responsible for multiple goals against. So there's a reason I don't play hockey.
At this point, this would have been one of those games to put you in. I mean, we're up 3-1 already.
4-1, yeah. Who can give up a 4-1 lead in a game? Yeah. Like, it's like basically impossible. You're up by so much. How is the other team supposed to come back? You know who thinks like that, eh?
Les Habitants.
No. The Philadelphia Flyers fans. Philadelphia Flyers, I'll take my Quebecois accent over here. The Flyers fans, 10 minutes left in the third period. We'll skip ahead to the third period. I will say, there was a penalty call. There's another one. These refs, I don't know where they found them. They must have found them at some blind university or something like that. Because man, like, these calls in this game were brutal. And I want to put it out there, I said that call against Jack-Eye was bad. There was an equally bad call. I think it was in the third period.
There were no penalties in the third.
Well, maybe at the end of the second then.
Was it Nick Suzuki interference?
No, it was the one before that. Because Nick Suzuki got an interference penalty when we were on the power play.
Michkov slashing Gallagher?
Michkov slashing Gallagher. That sounds right, okay? It was this one. Because Michkov and Gallagher are going at it, right? Like they're pushing each other and shoving each other, slashing each other, whatever, right? They send Michkov off for a penalty. Michkov barely touched Gallagher. Like barely, like, I'll take the 2 penalty minutes because I've got Michkov on my fantasy team and I was playing you, so I needed the fantasy points. But, like, again, in this situation, you have to be good as refs and take both, right? They're both stirring up the pot. They're both doing some stuff you don't want them to do. Send them both. You can't send them for swat. Like, what are you calling even? It's not even a real call. And then Suzuki gets a penalty that definitely was a penalty. The interference call while we're on the power play in the offensive zone. Just a bad call. We get to the third period, 10 minutes left in the game, and the Philadelphia Flyers fans are leaving. There is like one fan per 4 seats from what I could see from the TV cameras.
Yep. Yeah, 4-1 at this point. I mean, it was 4-1 until 5 minutes left in the game. And then, once again, Sam Hine scores again.
How many minutes was that with?
That was with how many minutes? 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Sanheim scores. So it's 4-2. We should still be fine, right? 4-2, 2 minutes, 12 seconds. We got this. What is this? Like 25 seconds later, Travis Konechny scores.
Yep.
Travis Konechny
and all of a sudden, with what, a minute and a half left in the game, it is a 1-goal game. You can't do that. You know, if you're the Montreal Canadiens, if you want to win real hockey games this season, if you want to actually be competitive, when you're up by 3 goals, you cannot make it close. Now, one of those 2 goals I do distinctly remember as being goals where I was like, man, Caden Primo needs to have this shot, right? I don't know exactly which one it was, but there was definitely at least one that he should have had. We just give up. Like, I swear the players stop playing. These guys forget that they still have a hockey game to finish.
I know. It's getting ridiculous. We can speak more on Primo, though, too. Like,
look, I thought he had a solid game. Like again, I think he gave up one in the third that he shouldn't have given up. That was I think that would have been the second one.
You can't do that. You cannot do that. That's the morale.
I mean, he can. He did.
And physically, he did it, yes. But I mean, if you want to be a contending team, you got to give your team confidence that you can hold the door shut with a 3-goal lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Like, that shit cannot be happening. It just doesn't leave your team feeling very well heading into future games.
Especially with you in the net.
Especially.
Although I saw a post, and I have to agree with this. Somebody said the Montreal Canadiens are still playing as if Carey Price is their goalie. And look, I mean, one of the things that was very much overlooked in Carey Price's game when he was at his peak is that when you know you have a Carey Price behind you, you take risks and you make plays that you wouldn't otherwise make, or you shouldn't otherwise make. The Montreal Canadiens are still making those plays. And they can't be, because Montembeault and Primo are not Carey Price. They have not proven that they can be Carey Price. Right? Now, maybe they both have the potential to be. Maybe they both have a calmness and a presence around them that makes you feel inspired. Sort of like Carey Price used to do.
Yeah.
But you cannot play the game as if these guys are going to bail you out all the time. Because they're not.
Not at all. But to finish the rest of the game, we shut it down for the last minute and a half. Get the dub. Somehow shut it down. 4-3. Get the win. We're 4-4-1 now. And now we're cruising, right?
And tied. Hey. 4-4-1. But tied for a playoff spot. Fully tied for a wild card. Not even a wild card. I think we were tied for third in the division. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And
not bad.
We're 10% into the season.
Yep.
But for now, it's fine. And let's go to the next game. Yesterday night. Maybe this is because I called them crackheads. I don't know what happened. Do we even really want to go into a deep...
I mean, you call them crackheads, and, you know, from what I hear, people who do crack do get very excited and get very energized, per se. So, I mean, that's what Seattle looked like, to be honest. Like, the team came into Montreal ready to play a game. And you know who didn't come into the arena that day to play? Les Habitants. It was awful.
Goaltenders.
It wasn't even the goalie's fault, you know, man. Like the first 2 goals Montembeault gives up are deflections, right? Then the next 2, like, he's just given up 2 goals on 4 shots. So, like, the next 2, like, the guy's rattled, right? Like I would be too. You know, like, you're trying to be a good goalie. You're competing to potentially represent Team Canada out in this Four Nations face-off in February. right? I like you want to show your best. You want to be doing the best you can, right? I'm just you let in 2 goals. You're like, wow, my whole dream is slipping away from me. And then all of a sudden, that next few just kind of glide past you. You don't really realize it. One of them you should have had for sure. But like you can't blame the guy. Like at the end of the day, these are good scoring chances. Like high quality scoring chances. And the games that we're winning, right? Like every game that we've won this season, the reason we've won is because we've played good defensively. The offense will take care of itself now. Like this is something I don't think the Montreal Canadiens understand. The offense takes care of itself. We're good enough. We have enough. We have the players, right? Like the thing that we need to do now is lock down defensively. And any game that we lock down defensively, the power play and some offensive zone possession time is going to win us the game. And that's what's been happening, right? Every game that we won. But then they come into these games and they just, boom, let's just not pay attention to the defensive zone. Okay. I have a quote for you.
Okay.
I saved you a quote. I wanted to know what you think about it. Because, I mean, we're part of this that Uri Slafkovsky's calling out, okay? Uri Slafkovsky is asked after the game, is there something you can identify why you're unable to kind of maintain momentum sometimes? It was a fair question. Saturday, you win. Sunday, you win. It's the first back-to-back that you win in like the last 3 years. And you come into Tuesday's game, no momentum. Exactly. Uri Slafkovsky, he answers this. He goes, no, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out and we'll write about it, about what's wrong. Right now, the wrong thing is that they scored 8 on us. By the way, for the people that don't know this, it was 8-2 last night. The Seattle Kraken did not just score a touchdown. They scored a touchdown and converted the 2-point conversion. He goes, right now, the wrong thing is that they scored 8 times on us, and we have to figure it out. It doesn't matter if we won 2 last games if something like this happens. And so in response, Marty St. Louis changed up the lines in practice today. So, is there anything else you wanted to say about the Seattle game? Or do you want to go talk about some line stuff?
Okay, Caufield scored. Montreal got a hat trick. We lost 8-2. Josh Anderson scored.
Yeah, Caufield did score to take back or to get back tied in the NHL for goals. Pretty cool.
Josh Anderson also got a goal, second of the year. And that's it. That's our recap of the game. Let's talk about lines.
Yeah. Man, like, so I this post came out today. Marty wanted to switch up the lines. He took Slafkovsky off the first line. He did not put Doc there. He put Emil Heineman, the guy that's been playing 4th line minutes. On the second line, he's placed Doc and Slafkovsky with Oliver Kapanen.
Okay.
So, again, Doc plays really well with Caufield and Suzuki.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons, as you said earlier, is that he's just being given better teammates, better line mates, right?
Yeah.
So they give him Slafkovsky to hopefully even things out, and then put 2 of the younger guys, Heineman with Suzuki and Kapanen with Doc. To maybe
not that Doc is all that much veteran presence to him.
I mean, comparatively, Kapanen's first year in the NHL, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. That's a huge move. If this is something that they would do in the game, I mean, Heineman's probably our best 4th line player. No?
Our second starter of the week would disagree with that.
Okay, true. Yeah, I don't understand that move. I don't understand that move.
I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it's Marty St. Louis going, you guys better smarten up because you cannot play the way you've been playing. Right? That's what he's saying. The thing I'll say is I think what this does to me is it redistributes some of the skill in the lineup. Because when you have, Suzuki, Caufield, and Slafkovsky, Doc's got nobody that's like superstar caliber player to play with, right? Other than Lane Hudson. So, you give him Slafkovsky. I mean, Doc and Slafkovsky is a side note. I've always wanted to see Doc, Slafkovsky, and Laine. And so if Doc Slafkovsky can gather some, mojo together, I think Laine fits right there when he comes back. And that's your 1, 2, 3 line, right? First overall, second overall, third overall picks on that line.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And then you see, and then Caufield, Suzuki, and
Emil Heineman. I mean, like, look, Heineman is a guy. I love his shot. This guy
he can snipe the puck.
I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see, because then if he is if we have another sniper like him, Because it'd be dangerous having him and Cole on the same line, no?
You think? I think looking long term, I think Demidov fits right in on that first line.
And Demidov's what, like 6th in the K now for points?
He is. This guy is the leader all time in points per 60 minutes in the KHL. He is scoring 4.9 points per 60 minutes of ice time. As a rookie, as an 18-year-old, for context, Kirill Kaprizov scored 1.8 per 60. Nikita Kucherov scored 2.2 or something like that. And Michkov scored 3 per 60. Demidov's at 4.9.
Is he still being played against, like, the bottom feeders?
No. He is slowly being trusted with more ice time. In today's game, he scores 1 goal, 1 assist and his line was the only contributor in the game, I believe. I believe they lost 3-2. And he contributes on both goals that Ska scores. It started, man. The Demidov train has started. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yep. I'm excited to see him too, but I'd be more excited to see us make a freaking playoff run this year and then have him next year.
Hey, one of the things that Habs fans want, and I don't know if this has a chance of happening, they want him to come over this year somehow. Could you imagine?
Is there any eligibility restraints on that or what?
Well, I mean, he has a contract with Ska, right? So Ska would have to agree. Like, the Montreal Canadiens would have to pay Ska some amount of money, probably behind closed doors, and then tell everybody that, no, we didn't pay them any money, like Philadelphia did. But, like, it could happen.
That'd be interesting. I mean, yeah, I've been looking at Habs Twitter. I've been seeing a whole bunch of Mishkov or Demidov things. He's looking good. I mean, the goal he scored today was pretty solid as well. Yeah, it's looking good. Obviously, it's not how we wanted last night to go.
Not at all. Because Seattle's a team we can beat. If we play our game, we can beat them. There's no reason we can't. This is not the Florida Panthers or the what's on the West, like Edmonton. I mean, even Edmonton is beatable, right? They haven't been good this year, but like it's not like the Winnipeg Jets, where you're like, wow, this team is on fire right now. It's like,
yeah,
they're not.
I actually don't. I don't think the Edmonton Oilers, like McDavid's out for 3 weeks. I bet you the Edmonton Oilers win at most 2 games. In those 3 weeks, they will win at most 2 games.
Such a top-heavy team.
Yeah, like everything is surrounded by McDavid. Like, he's that core piece. Without him,
Yep.
They're just not going to get anything done.
Okay, look, we've talked about the Habs. Do you want to first quickly go on to what we're doing the rest of this week? Who we're playing? We play tomorrow. I don't remember who we play tomorrow.
We play the Caps tomorrow.
Right, and that's a hot Caps team too. Oh, by the way, Nico Hischier scores today, so no longer in the lead is Mr. Cole Caufield.
Yeah, I saw. So we played the Caps. They're doing solid. I mean, Ovi's I scored 2 last game. We'll see if, hopefully, if it's Primo shuts him down. We don't want him to get any more goals against us there.
He's always scored well against the Habs, though.
Yeah, I know. But Primo will make up for himself for last night. But yeah, we play the Caps tomorrow. Halloween. You got a Halloween costume?
Yeah, I got a suit that I'm going to work with. I might not be going home tomorrow. I won't lie. It's looking like I might be coming home Friday morning. So
okay, busy. For those of you that don't know, we are co-op students. We don't actually have full-time jobs yet. We're in school. We are fully in school. Starting in January, we will be back in school. Right now, we're just on a co-op term, working full-time for now. But yeah, I don't even know.
Definitely full-time hours for this semester.
Full-time hours, yeah.
Yep.
For you especially.
I'm working double full-time hours, but yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so we play the Caps tomorrow. Then we play the Penguins in Pittsburgh on Saturday, and then the Flames on Tuesday. Those are
the Flames team that has been playing very well, but is not playing well tonight.
True. Those are 3 tough games. If we come out of that with 2 wins, is massive. Absolutely massive. Those are like 3 of the top I think they're top 10 teams right now.
I mean, I don't think Pittsburgh is. Pittsburgh, we lost to Pittsburgh already this season in that Amazon Prime game thing.
Yes.
But I don't think Pittsburgh's been very good. The Flames have been hot, and Washington's been hot. Yeah, no, again, you're right. If we can get two wins here, I think minimum 3 points. Like if we come out with less than 3 points, this is a bad week.
Yeah,
plain and simple. Which again, we're all we're trying to do is bat 500, right? Like we don't need to be batting 1,000.
Bat 500 until January, mid-January. Then Patrick Laine slides back in there, and then there we go.
And then you can bat 750, and then make the playoffs.
Yep. And then we cash. That'd be amazing. Okay. So yeah, we play those 3 games this week. We'll see what happens.
What else have you been following the NHL, Nathan
I was
Acosta?
gonna say,
this is Nathan's segment right here. He always wants to talk to me about the other things that he follows.
So the Winnipeg Jets had their very first loss on Monday to the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost 6-3, and it was a dueling hat tricks game. Kyle
6-4, 6-4 now. 6-4.
Oh yeah, 6-4. Kyle Connor hat trick, John Tavares hat trick. Who saw that coming? But Kyle Connor is another guy who has been
scores his 9th today.
He did score his 9th. He is on fire too. He had a slow start. I was going to say he had a slow start. It was like 3 or 4 games, but I mean these last 5. I think the majority of his goals has come from those last 7 or 8 of them have come from those last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and he's playing against me in fantasy this week. So of course, why wouldn't he score all of his goals when he's? It's funny because I've got John Tavares. The guy I'm playing has Connor, and so both of them get hat tricks. So just evened out. It didn't matter.
Yeah, and then Montembeault lets in 5 goals. That doesn't help you at all.
Yeah, which was minus 3 points for me. As a side note, yeah, it was that one I was not very happy about.
Other than that, Marc-Andre Fleury played his last game in Pittsburgh last night and got that W. I think that's.
Did you see all of the stuff they did for him?
Yeah, that was incredible. Comes into the arena, had the jersey number just in real flowers. It's a nice greeting for him, and then they had the video on the screen before the game, all that, and even after the game, they gave him the first star. Crosby and Letang stayed out, congratulated him for his career. I mean, it was just good. Another heartwarming moment.
I love the NHL, man.
Yeah.
You don't see this stuff in basketball or baseball.
It's just more genuine because they have these big... Part of it that makes it seem disingenuine in those leagues is they have these big theatrics for players to recognize players. And last night, just as an example, Crosby and Letang just staying there just by themselves. Nobody else was there. Nobody told them to do that. It was just them, the end of a game, a normal game end. Because they're boys. They love them.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. So Marc-Andre Fleury in Pittsburgh. The Devils have been hot.
Yes.
The Panthers have been hot. Sam Bennett is having a fantastic season. Number 1 in fantasy right now until Kyle Connor finishes this game, apparently. For us, at least, in our league. What else? Any other big storylines you've been following? There's a trade earlier this week. The Detroit Red Wings send over somebody to the Utah Hockey Club.
I saw today Timothy Liljegren of the Toronto Maple Leafs went to the Sharks.
Is that what happened? I couldn't find it anywhere. I had no idea what happened.
It just happened today. Liljegren went to the Sharks, and I honestly don't know who the Sharks gave up, but they gave up 2 picks with him. That's
the Sharks, man, the Sharks have been...
The Sharks are coming back. The Sharks are going to win the cup. They're on a 2-game streak. They won 2 games. They're winning the cup.
God, no, they were, 0 for 9 for the first 9 games of the season?
Yep.
It's what a team.
Maybe they'll be the Oilers were like that for a solid 8 years, and then they made a cup run. Maybe that'll be them. So in 2030, as we still continue to make these podcasts, we'll be talking about Celebrini and how he's going to make a deep cup run.
And then, but in the 7 years before that, we'll talk about how Celebrini is proud to select first overall from the whatever school the guy is from. He's going to be picking the guys to play with. No, that team is brutal. And other than these 2 games that they've won, apparently they've been brutal to watch. There is no good storylines out of there. Another team that has been like, I just don't know what's going on with this team. Like the Anaheim Ducks, man.
Dude, I think Dostal is the best goalie in the league, but the rest of the team, yeah. Okay, keep going, keep going.
No, go.
I was just gonna state, Dostal has been like absolutely standing on his head while his team skates around with their sticks up their ass and playing as if they're playing ringette.
No, it's like, man, the team's supposed to be good. They have such good prospects, and like all we keep hearing is how good they're drafting and how bright the future is. And it's like, I don't see anything going right for them right now. Like Trevor Zegras has been bad. Side note, would you trade for Trevor Zegras right now?
No,
I don't know.
Is he even on any of our fantasy teams? I don't think he's on a single.
No,
like he's not.
no, he's
You
not.
know what happened to Trevor Zegras? He started dating Dixie D'Amelio, one of the TikTok girls. And then ever since that point, this guy has just been downhill. Is it correlated? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. I'm just pointing it out.
Shout out Dixie D'Amelio. If you want to come on the podcast to defend your boyfriend, let us know. Proud to have you.
He hit the Renegade a few too many times, and then I don't know what he's been doing with his goal scoring abilities, but yeah.
No, Mason McTavish has been bad too. I mean, he's playing fourth line minutes right now. Like, the guy was one of the top stars for Team Canada, the World Juniors.
Mm-hmm. I pulled that guy out of a Tim Hortons pack today, and I was like, "This is the exact card I want right now."
Shout out to Tim Hortons, sponsor us, please. The league has been interesting this year. I think the big storylines on the top has been Washington. I mean, they made some big moves in the offseason. I don't think Pierre-Luc Dubois is doing too well, but like the rest of the team has been pretty good. Playing a lot better than people thought. The Boston Bruins have started off pretty bad. Tied with us for bottom of the division. Actually tied, sorry. As of right now, the Buffalo Sabres, the Detroit Red Wings, the Montreal Canadiens, and the Boston Bruins are all 4-5-1 in the Atlantic. And that are the bottom 4 teams in the Atlantic division. Like, talk about parity in the NHL. This division is going to be brutal this year.
Unbelievable. But that gives us
hope.
That gives us hope.
And what do we like more than hope? Nothing. Cole Caufield scoring. But Cole Caufield scoring plus a little bit of hope.
Yes.
Always good.
I think that covers everything.
He's scoring 70, man. I'm telling you. Put him down for 70 right now.
Okay. Cole Caufield 70. But something I would actually put maybe like $10 on is Cole Caufield to get 50 this year.
Look, he was on this pace 2 years ago. And I think the thing that people forget, right, and it's really easy to forget, he came off a shoulder surgery last year. He had to leave the season halfway through 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, through half a season, he had scored 28 goals in like 40 games. He was on track for, I think it was like 56 if you made it like the full season, if you kept his progression up. He comes back last year, doesn't score very well at the beginning of the season, makes up for it completely in the second half of the season. You can only imagine that's because his shoulder is still bugging him, is not quite perfect, is not fully back. Maybe the strength isn't there. Maybe it's just like it's acting a little bit differently than it's used to, right? I think I saw a stat the other day, right? He's got 9 goals in 10 games right now. I think he has 17 in the last 19 games he's played. Hot. The kid can shoot, man. Like, the kid is so good. They were putting him on the right side of the ice to start the season. It's like...
Yeah. They're doing the right thing with him. I think, like you mentioned earlier, they're just missing the defensive core now.
Yeah, the defense has been bad. Hopefully, there were rumors. I think you sent these to me. There were rumors the Montreal Canadiens were trying to make a trade.
Yes.
There are rumors that they're talking to teams right now. What do you think about that?
It's necessary. If you want to make a playoff run, we need it. But who would we trade, though?
Trade away? I mean, remember, we have a huge amount of draft picks, right? Like the draft capital we have in this next draft. Like, Pittsburgh has been bad, right? Like, Pittsburgh is bottom of the Metro right now. They're second last in the league. And the reason I bring Pittsburgh up is because we have their second round pick this year, right? So their second round pick might be 3 places away from the first round, which makes that pick so much more valuable, right? It's like basically a first round pick.
Right.
Right? Look, We have the draft capital. 2 firsts this year, 2 seconds. I think it's 1/3 and 2/4 or something like that. Well, if we traded for something, what do you want to add? Like, what would you want to add to this team?
We need someone to replace Primo, and we need two solid defensemen. Like we need. I think that's the two main things that we're missing right now.
Would you ever pick up a forward to kind of insulate some of this?
I don't have a problem with our forward core, and I mean we have Line coming back. And then we have Demidov coming, hopefully this season if it's all goes well. But then next season, I don't think we need to make big moves for forwards right now. I think we definitely need to focus on getting someone. We need another goalie. We need 2 more solid defensemen.
Somebody apparently, I don't know if this is true. Shout out to the Twitter account I follow that said this. Somebody apparently saw Phil Kessel in Montreal this week.
Yeah, okay. This guy saw a hot dog stand outside the Bell Center, and that's why he was there.
If he was there, obviously. We're trusting Twitter very heavily right here.
Glizzy God, feel the thrill. Maybe he's talking to the Habs on the DL. I wouldn't mind Phil the thrill. Give us some veteran presence.
Something we might need.
Well, hopefully he gets in shape, because last time I saw him on that ice, he was looking a little big.
He was looking a little bit like not an NHL player, to say the least.
Yeah.
What else? What else have you been following, Nathan? Like, I mean, other than the NHL, you've got baseball, playoffs. I don't know if you've been watching any of F1, but F1 this season has been fantastic to watch for those who like watching. It's going to be a fun end of the season. That's something, if you want to tune into something fun, like there's a 3-way race for the Constructors' Championship. There's a 3-way race for the Drivers' Championship. I mean, we got the World Series going on right now. It's an exciting time to like sports.
All four of the big major North American leagues are going on right now, which is only happens in October, baby. I love it.
Does only happen in October.
Yep. Nothing really too much is going on. I mean, I have the World Series on the screen beside here.
What's the score?
Dodgers are up 7-6. Yeah.
How many innings to go?
This is the bottom of the 8th. Mind you, it's in New York. So New York will get the bottom of the 9th if it's still 7-6. So we'll see what happens. I think that covers pretty much everything for the week, though.
Yep. I think so, too. I mean, again, the Habs just need to be more consistent, man.
Yeah, 100%.
And these refs got to figure out how they're reffing these games, because this is kind of ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, it's getting the call quality has been deteriorating both in the NHL and the MLB. It seems like
MLB has its own suite of problems for officiating, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take us out?
Sure. Let's do it. We would like to thank everybody for watching. It has been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, Nathan. But we appreciate our viewers who stick around this long. We appreciate your support on all of our social media platforms, not only watching on YouTube. If you're watching at 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't know why you're up that early, but thank you. If you're not watching at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's when we post. So it's available for you all day on Thursday. It's also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. On Apple Podcasts, make sure you give us that 5-star review to show us the love. That is how we know that we're making good content for you. We're also posting shorts on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter or X. We're also posting the full-length videos if you like to consume your content there. So I think that is it.
That is all.
Thank you for watching. Go Habs, go.
We'll see you guys next week, hopefully with a winning record. Go Habs, go, baby.
Hopefully. And bonne nuit. Or
bonsoir.
Bonsoir.